Come on, come on, come on. Inviting everybody in. Listen, we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening, good evening. It is your guy, Pastor BJ. I want to bless you guys with this word from on high that God has really given me. So if y'all can tune in on this thing right now, give me a second. We're going to set everything up. To God be the glory on tonight. I promise you this is going to bless your life. Come on, y'all. Come in on this thing. I know we ain't been live in a while. But I want to give y'all this word. I promise you, we're doing all we can to get these things back daily because God has been downloading so much information. So I want to bless you guys with this on tonight. As y'all coming in, as always, shout out your city, your state, your location. Let us know where you're watching from all across the world. Also, shout out your church if you have one. If you don't have one, just say, where you're watching from. But to God be the glory on tonight. I know y'all see the title, so y'all already know this is going to be really, really good. Really good. Y'all give me a second. I'm just setting everything up so we won't have any interruptions on this thing tonight. To God be the glory. Oh man, this word has been in my stomach since last week. So I want to bless y'all with it on tonight. Come on, share it, y'all. Bless somebody with it on tonight. Y'all know we don't get on here asking for PayPals, asking for cash apps. We just want y'all to sow a seed of sharing the word on tonight so we can bless somebody all across the world. Because somebody's scared to tune in, but I promise you, if you drop it in their DMs, they'll watch this word. And so we want everybody across this globe to get it. Here we go. I think we're almost through right here. To God be the glory. Listen. Winston, what's going on, brother? That is my God. This man has really been blessing us. Miss Karen, Emisha, Stephen, how each and every one of y'all doing? Listen, I want to bless y'all with this. I promise you, this concept is really, really good. So here it is. Oh, hey, how you doing? Greetings from London. Y'all shout out Bruna from London. So God bless each and every one of you guys from tuning in on this thing tonight. No matter what your walk of life is, I'm glad you tuned in because this word is specifically for you. Everybody does not have, listen, here it is. First and foremost, everybody does not have, everybody is not qualified. What's going on, Brandon? Everybody is not qualified to critique you. The problem with many of us in our lives is we take criticism from people that aren't even qualified to tell us anything. Let me tell you this again. The problem is you are taking criticism and you're becoming depressed. Oh my God, you're becoming oppressed and you're being down. Why? Because you're taking criticism from people that aren't even qualified to critique your life. I'll prove it to you because many of you have friends that have not went through merely the stuff that you have went through, but you allow them to critique you and make you feel bad about yourself, or you allow them to critique you to the point where you don't even want to do it anymore, or you allow them to critique you to the point where you feel like you're not good enough. But God is saying many of you, the reason why you have not progressed is because you are taking criticism. Here it is. You are taking criticism from people that aren't qualified. I know that's the supervisor, but they aren't qualified to critique you. Now, what are you saying? I'm not saying that can't nobody tell you nothing and you shouldn't listen to nobody, but you have to learn how to take criticism from people that have 1A, been where you're trying to go, or 1B, have already been through the stuff that you're currently going through. And so you have to learn how to discern in this season and say, God, I'm just not going to take criticism from anybody. Oh, that's good right there. I'm not going to take criticism from anybody because I've been depressed too long. Come on now. I've been delaying my dreams. I haven't been walking in authority the way God wants me to because I've been taking criticism from people that are unqualified. I want to tag a text on tonight because I need y'all to get this. If you go back to Samuel, you begin to read David and they were moving the Ark of the Covenant. My cousin taught on this, Reverend Joshua Harris taught on this last week, and God has really been dealing with me on this text because what happened was as they were moving the Ark of the Covenant, watch this, as they were moving the Ark of the Covenant, Uzzah, when he seen the Ark begin to slip, he touched it and God killed him dead. Now, the reason why God killed him dead, watch this, because God had already ordained the Levites to be the ones that were designated to be able to touch the ark. He had already given the instruction and said, hey babe, I love you. He had already given the instructions of who he had designated and qualified to be able to touch the ark. Now here it is. Oh my God. Here it is. Uzzah was struck dead because when he seen the ark begin to fall, now he had good intentions, but he forgot the instructions. He had good intentions, but he forgot the instructions. Can I part there parenthetically and help somebody? How many times have you left hurt from a situation because you tried to help somebody and it turned around on you? How many times? How many times have you lost out on love? How many times have you lost out on relationship? How many times have you lost out on business opportunities and ideas because you found yourself trying to help everybody? God is saying that you are not qualified to help everybody. God is saying that I ain't called you, oh my God, to be everybody's friend. I ain't called you to be everybody's confidant. Now, I know that seems strange to some of you, but I want you to understand, because many of your dreams are dying. Many of your business plans are dying. Many of your love, and you're becoming depressed. Why? Because you're trying to help people that you ain't qualified to help. You're trying to help people when God is saying, no, the reason why I won't allow it to work, because I don't even want you to get your hands on it in the first place. Ugh. And so when we deal with this thing, it's twofold, because on one fold, here it is. On one fold, he had good intentions. Many of you are going into a situation with good intentions, but God is saying, even though you got good intentions, you can't forget the instructions. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Even though you got good intentions, you cannot forget the instructions. Why? Watch this. Because you may have good intentions going into the relationship, but God had already gave you the instructions and said you don't need to be with nobody that don't have their stuff together. You can have good intentions applying for the job, but God is saying that don't forget the instructions that I told you to stay at this job for at least a year. You can have good intentions when you're starting a business, but God is saying don't forget the instructions when I told you to save your money in this season. And many times we let our good intentions get in the way of God's instruction. I want to help somebody, because Uzzah had good intentions. He had good intentions, but what happened was he forgot the instructions that he wasn't supposed to touch it. Now, here it is. I got to help somebody right here. Somebody come in this section and say, take my hands off of it. In order for God to be God, in order for God to move in this season, you got to learn how to take your hands off of certain situations. I know it's falling. I know you want to be in control. I know you want to help. I know you want to be that shoulder to cry on, but God is saying sometimes you got to take your, oh my God, I want to see if you're going to trust me even when it's falling. I want to see if you're going to trust me even when it's crumbling. I want to see if you're going to trust me even when it ain't looking right. Because in order for me to use you, you got to be able to trust me even when it feels like it's failing. Come on now, we're praying over the spirit of self-entitledness. We're praying over the spirit of control. We're praying over the spirit of anxiety that says, when I get anxious, I gotta start doing stuff with my hands. When I get anxious, I gotta try to fix everybody, and I gotta try to love everybody, and I gotta try to support everybody. But God is saying that God is saying that there are certain people that you ain't called to, and you're losing your oil because you're doing something that God did not instruct you to do. Who am I talking to on this thing tonight that just say, God, I simply got to take my hands off of it because I'm messing up a lot of stuff. Why? Because I keep putting my hands where God don't want it. So here it is. Can I go back to the front? I'm sorry, that was supposed to be part 2. Can I go back to the beginning of this? Because many of you, here it is. Many of you, you are literally crying yourself to sleep. You are literally mad and frustrated because you are surrounded by so many people that are telling you what you can't do. The number one person that will criticize you is somebody that had failed at the very thing that you're trying to do. Check your circle. Check your circle. Check your influencers. Check the people that you talk to. I'll prove it to you. The number one type of people, or the number one person that will try, here it is, that will try to derail you is somebody that has failed at what you're trying to do. I don't see too many married women that are happily married giving bad advice on marriage. It's only those that are bitter. It's only those that are heartbroken. It's only those that got hurt. It's only those that have not been healed. It's only those that are broken. It's only those that are afflicted that try to criticize your relationship. Why? Because it failed in their life. But can I prophesy to somebody on this thing? Just because it happened to your mama don't mean it's going to happen to you. Just because it happened to your daddy don't mean it's going to happen to you. Just because it didn't happen for your brother and your sister don't mean it's going to not happen for you. But God is saying, I'm raising up in this season first generations, and when God begins to declare a thing, that means that I can't be criticized by people that's unqualified. Oh my God! Stop being criticized from people that are unqualified. I know your mother is bitter. because she was cheated on and she was divorced and she was the one helping. And so now you got a spirit of anxiety. Now you got a spirit that say, oh my God, that say, I can't trust no man. Now you got a spirit that say, I can't trust no woman. Now you got a spirit that say, I don't need no friends. Why? Because you, oh my God, you are taking criticism in your relationship. You are taking criticism in your friendships. You are taking criticism in your finances from people that have failed from the very place that you're trying to go. Yes, but we're going to break that stronghold on tonight because I need you to understand this. The reason why, listen, the devil he has one job, and that's to keep you from the place that he got kicked out of. Okay, somebody got their volume down low. I'm going to say it again. The devil has one job and one responsibility, and that's to keep you from getting to the place that he got kicked out of. I find it funny how people will tell you that they ain't no good with people they used to be friends with, but they never tell you why they ain't friends no more. I find it funny how people try to always tell you don't invest in this and don't do that and don't go there. And I went and talk to them people, but they never tell you why. You got to stay away from folks, oh my God, that got information but no explanation. You have to stay away from folks, I'm feeling God on this thing tonight, that has so much information, but it comes without explanation. Because if it's real information, it'll come with an explanation. If it's real source, it'll come with an explanation. But what happened is people are trying to keep you from the very places that they can't go. I know the door didn't open for them, but it wasn't for them. I know they tried to get in and they didn't have access because God is saying that your DNA is imprinted for this thing. That's why it didn't work before. That's why your mama couldn't do it. That's why your grandma couldn't do it. That's why your daddy went there. Because God is saying that you carry the DNA. You carry the handprint that is needed to unlock doors in this season. And is there anybody that just says, my DNA is with God? Come on now. Before you had a chance to criticize me, God had already called me. Oh, man. Oh, man. Come on now. Somebody say that I'm breaking the mold off my family. There it is. There it is, Pete. I'm breaking the mold off my family. I'm breaking the mold off my life. I'm breaking the mold off statistics. Come on now. I'm breaking the mold off the friendships because I want God to do something different. That's why everybody can't mentor you. That's why you can't connect with everybody, because God is saying, I'm doing something in you that ain't never been done before. Stop sharing your visions with them because it's not going to make sense. Stop sharing your plans with them because it's not going to make sense. Pastor Liddell told me one time, he said, literally, you're sharing your dreams with people, oh my God, that they have eyes like Stevie Wonder, and you're frustrated because they don't understand you. But God is saying it's not for them to understand you because they ain't never seen what God has shown you. It's not for them to push you because they're not going to support where God has taken you. And so I need a blood-washed believer on this thing tonight that says that I can't let unqualified people critique me. If you ain't been before God, you can't critique me. If you ain't walked where I walk, you can't critique me. If you can't back it up biblically, you cannot critique me. I'm no longer going to let my calling be diminished by man's critique. I need you to understand something. I need you to understand this biblically. Some people have every intention on doing you good. But God is saying they're not qualified. Because everybody can't give you business advice. Everybody can't give you relationship advice. Oh my God. The problem is you're going to too many people and you got too many sources where advice come from. So you're trying to take a little bit from this person, a little bit from that person, a little bit from over here, a little bit over there, and now you're discombobulated and confused because you can't even hear the voice of God because you're too busy trying to listen to everybody else. I'm trying to try what they did. I'm trying to do what they did. Oh my God. Oh man. Come on now. There it is. And see, you got to get to the point where you start checking the sources of where people come from. You got to run a spiritual background check, not even just a physical, but a spiritual background check on people. Because the problem is you will take criticism from people that's literally trying to kill you. I've been there before. Come on now, I've gotten I've got advice from people that were trying to kill me, but because it sounded good, but because they ministered to my flesh, but because they said something that I had to agree with because of the emotional state that I was in, I held on to it. But I was the one losing in the long run because God was saying, check the information. If it don't sound like me, 9 times out of 10, it ain't me. If it don't move like me, then 9 times out of 10, it ain't me. And so you got to stop being criticized by unqualified people. They ain't in a relationship, but they can tell you that yours is jacked up. All their businesses is bankrupt, but they can tell you how to make $1 million. Come on now. They don't have no friends, but they can control the relationships you have in your life. Come on, somebody needs to declare, I'm not going to be controlled by criticism. I'm not going to be controlled by criticism from unqualified people. And so I need y'all to understand this on tonight. As we begin to close this thing, God bless you. If you're just now tuning in, when we end this, go back and watch it from the beginning because I promise it will bless your life. I need you to understand this, is that you have to stay around people that do something called constructive criticism. You have to stay around people that will criticize you into greater. You have to stay around people that will criticize you into your calling. Stay away from unqualified people that criticize you and make you curl up in a corner, that criticize you and make you doubt yourself, that criticize you and make you forget about everything that God has already told you. But surround yourself with people that will push you in a purpose, that will push you into destiny, that don't only have good intentions, but they have the instructions for God. So God bless you. God keep you on tonight. Do me a favor. Share this. Every one of you that are watching this, share this. Bless somebody with it. I promise you, we're trying to get this word across the globe. Keep pushing. Pray, prepare, praise until something happens. We love you. God bless you on tonight. Part 2 tomorrow. Bless y'all.